Oh, hey, there it is. Welcome to the channel, guys. My name is Martin and I'm the founder of Day Trading Futures. For those who don't know me, I've been trading crude oil and natural gas for quite a long time now. I have developed my own strategies that has proven day in and day out that it's very good. And I'm here to share that strategy with you, share some tips, knowledges, and then how I could potentially help you moving forward as well. I want to say hello to everyone who is joining me now, and then let's see. Oops, that's better. But yeah, let's see what is happening with the chart, and then we can move on from there. So as you can see here, quite quick. Let me just minimize that. Okay. Sorry, I'm a good trader, but I haven't really streamed for ages now. So let me just set everything up quite quick. So I just want to make sure everything is going well with both platforms. So let me just zoom out on this one a little bit. I just do something like this. Okay, amazing. Right, so welcome to today's trading session. Let me walk you through my setup quite quick, and then we can move on from there to, in fact, have a look on the market and what is happening and what is not happening as well. So my setup is very easy, very simple. I'm using the 50 moving average as my main indicator on buying and selling. And then also I have the volume underlaying. I have the MACD, just showing me a little direction, and I have the RSI, and that is just purely overbought and oversold instrument. So that's where we are at the moment. Just trying to set everything up on this Facebook thing. Hasn't proved very easy. Sorry for that. Expand video. Okay, excellent, fantastic. I think that will be it on that in that regards. Yeah, I'll stick this one here. Right, so yeah, back to the indicators and what I'm doing and how I'm trading. It's very simple. Obviously, what I'm looking for is a break above consolidation and then moving on with the current direction of the market. That's what I'm looking for each and every day. Now, I'm trading only two commodities or futures, the way you want to call them, natural gas and crude oil. Very simple. I don't overwhelm myself with too many opportunities with a gold, silver, copper, coffee, or whatever you trade, really. I'm sticking it very simple, just looking constantly those two tickers or futures, because that has proven day in and day out as very, very good strategy. Not really diversing too much, as it is pointless. If you can make money out of a crude oil, natural gas, why should I even bother looking at something else? Because edges are everywhere in the market, guys. Remember that. Every edge, it's a probable, sorry, let me rephrase that. Every edge has a probable outcome, right? So if you see an edge, like I perceive my edges, for example, it's above and below the moving average, and also sometimes bouncing off the moving average for a continuous pattern. That is my edge. And we don't know which edges will work and which are not working. So obviously we cannot choose and pick from the edges what are working and what not. So make sure one thing. Don't pick the right edges, because you never know which edge is going to work and which one isn't going to work. So looking at looking at the charts at the moment, nothing too exciting is happening, right? I'm just looking at myself whilst I'm going live as well. Just want to make sure the first video is actually good. I now have a camera B, I have the A, I have the two screens here, and the office is all set up. I'm excited, in fact, to be live trading once again. I haven't done it for a while. Obviously, no one is here, as you can see, but hey ho, I'll be talking to myself, and hopefully in the near future I'll gain some more followers, and the knowledge I'm gonna give you will be enough to stick with me, listen to me, and hopefully make some money with me as well. Now back onto the screen and see what is going on with crude oil and natural gas. Now I'll be looking at, first of all, our 1 hour chart. That is a major direction of what is happening in the 5 minute and then the 1 minute so as well. Now, as you can see, crude oil has been a down selling for the last few days. Now, to be precise, since the 20th of May. It has been selling off and selling off. As you can see, as soon as we broke the 50 moving average, which again is my edge, we have continued down selling. Hopefully, we'll see if the market will change, what direction will take, but that will be determined again by more than one indicator. But sometimes the 50 moving average, it's the only indicator to actually look for. Now, if you look on the 5-minute chart, obviously we have a little sell-off earlier in the morning. We then bounced off the $76 per barrel as being a good support level, and then we broke above the moving average. We then consolidated as a lower height, as a higher low. Yeah, it's a higher low. Okay, with a higher low, and then we continue pushing forward and upwards from there. Now, whether or not that trend will continue, we'll wait and see. That is the 5-minute candles, so it takes a little bit longer. Hopefully you guys are aware, because you have some knowledge about trading. And then looking at the 1-minute chart, I've opened up a nice trade right here. As you can see, nice little consolidation area here. So if I just grab a little circle right here, let me circle this area, right? Fantastic consolidation area. I'm not gonna lie to you, if you see something like that, most likely, and again, it's an edge, so I don't really want to go and guess myself when the market is going and what will happen. But if you see a consolidation area, that is 9 out of 10 a good signal that the market is about to do something. Obviously, as a traders, we cannot really believe what will happen with the market, right? That is a fundamental mistake a lot of people do, and I have done it day in and day out, and it does hurt because you have a belief of what will happen on the market. You have that gut feeling, hunch, call it the way you want, and the market doesn't do what you expect it to do. That is because that is a fundamental mistake. You cannot really believe what will happen, right? If you break the market down into fundamentals, what it means for day traders and the market, right? Okay, I know I got myself into a little bit of a rabbit hole here, but let me explain. Now, on the fundamental levels, the market is made up of traders acting on their beliefs, right? So if you believe something, it doesn't mean that the rest of the traders currently in the market, because they're consistently changing, you cannot really have the same movement in the market unless you have the same traders acting on the same beliefs of what will happen, right? So that's how it comes down to the edges, and then being with the probable outcome. Because me as a trader, I'm aware of how much actually I'm happy to pay to find out if my edge is working. Obviously, if it doesn't work, then I'm happy to let it go. Now, as we speak now, crude oil, it's breaking below the moving average. So let's see what will happen. We just made a higher high on crude oil. So let's see if we can break that. Then we'll make a lower high, and then we'll break again, and then I am in a trade, right? At the moment, it's just a support, so I don't want to enter into a short position, although a long position is looking attractive because we're making a higher lows and also higher highs, but we'll see what will happen. Most likely 9 out of 10, something will happen, obviously, but we don't really know what, and you don't want to be guessing as a day trader. But look at that cutie, natural gas. Now let me talk about natural gas and what happened today. Currently minus 3% on the day. It's natural gas, and that is purely because of the rollover today, right? So the rollover happened overnight, and the rollover usually is, if you guys don't know, I'll explain you and tell you a little bit more about it. Now, the rollover is the cutoff of when the future, let me just rewire it in my mind. Okay, so yeah, I mean, because they're futures, right? So crude oil, natural gas, they're commodities, and then the futures is dictating the price of that commodity for next month. The rollover is the cutoff of that price for next month. So at the moment, we're trading now the price for July, because June price has already been determined, and that is going to be at around 2.684 for a contract is the price of natural gas for next month. So the rollover is obviously when it's rolling over into now July, and that's why you can get some fluctuations. I don't really like to hold positions when there is going to be a rollover, because as a trader, I'm not in control of it. And then obviously if I can't control it, what's the point to use it? Okay, yeah, we're selling off on crude oil, by the way, whilst I'm talking about rollovers and stuff, so I miss my edge, basically, but hey ho, let's see what will happen. So yeah, I've just lost focus on that. Anyway, yeah, so that's the rollover, and the reason why the reason why natural gas is down that 3% on the day, because the rollover was very good. And as you can see on the hourly chart right here, obviously we gap up quite a lot. So from 2.674, we then gap up all the way to 2.946. And that's what I'm saying when it comes down to rollovers is I don't like trading rollovers. I don't. No, I hate it if you ask me. Okay, sometimes you win, but most of the time you lose because you don't know what will happen. And then since it happens overnight, market opens with a gap and then you left yourself exposed. Now, if I was to have a long position, obviously that would have been good. But how do you know what will happen? You don't. And you guys, stop guessing yourself of what will happen next, because we never know as traders what exactly will happen next. And you want to keep it that neutral as well, because if you start guessing yourself what will happen next, then you kind of falling into all kind of rabbit holes on what will happen next, or why I wasn't able to guess what will happen next, and so forth. So obviously we don't want to be second guessing ourselves. Hey Turk, I'm back. And oh yeah, I am back. How's your trading been, by the way? Right, so yeah, that is the rollover, and that's why you should really be careful when it comes down to rollover. How you can find out about rollovers? Well, on plus 500, if you click the little symbol here, then you can see a automatic rollover. The next one will happen on the 20th of June. So be mindful of that. It's been good. That's good, Turk. What do you trade at the moment? Are you focusing on futures, natural gas, crude oil, or anything else? Let me know. I'm puzzled to see. By the way, I've gone part-time now, so I got much more time to actually focus on trading and really make it happen, because that is the ultimate goal. So yeah, let's see what will happen. Now, crude oil has broke below the moving average, but we're finding some kind of support on the 5-minute chart. That's why I like to have my setup as it is, because you have the 1 minute, which is good for day traders. You get the 5 minutes as well, just for indication of support and resistance. And also then you have the hourly as well, for the same reason, support and resistance. So that's how things are, to be fair with you. Natural gas, I missed out on natural gas. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was looking at it, that was around 11:30. So if I zoom into that, I open up a long position thinking that potentially we're looking to break above the 2.949 or 2.5, so call it. And then I really thought of having a long position, but then now looking at the gap up and how things have unfolded, I'm not really surprised that in fact it's a huge sell-off. So yeah, I opened a position here, then obviously we broke below it, I've closed it, that was like minus 60 quid or something like that, nothing significant, but I've missed the train on the short sell, and that is a huge short sell, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a huge one, but I'm happy actually I'm seeing those edges, because the more edges I perceive, the more opportunities I take, and so the more I can take advantage of my market. You've been trading commodities options. Oh my days. You know what, that reminds me, Turk, that initially I started with options, but they're quite volatile, and it is very painful. I'm not gonna lie to you if you get it wrong. So I've been focusing on commodities rather than the options bit, because although it's a quite high return on options, it's also high risk on options, and the movements are a bit trickier. I'm not gonna lie to you, but let me know. Puts and calls, yeah, no, yeah, I know that. They're very attractive, I get your point, they're attractive. they're attractive because you get a high gain, but you got a high return, but you got a high risk as well on options. So you have to be careful with that. What platform are you using for options? I've heard, what was it? I mean, Plus 500 is offering options, but I'm not into options, to be fair. What platform? I mean, you probably hear me. Why should I be texting? But what platform are you using? Oh, thank you. Part-time, it comes down to actually trading because I'm a full-time estate agent. So let me give you a little bit background. I'm a lettings listing manager. So I'll talk the landlords into why they should come in with our company, which is called Connell's Estate Agent. So I'm quite good in selling. I've been door-to-door salesman back in the days using Plus 500. Yeah, that's good. What is your current setup on Plus 500, by the way? Just out in the wild there. Do you use any indicators to telling you what the direction of the market may be? Obviously, because we as a traders, we don't know what will happen, and you don't want to be second guessing yourself on what will happen. Our job is to take each and individual edge, what is an opportunity in the market. So yeah, what indicators using? I have found, to be fair, and as you can see it on my chart as well, the 50 moving average is a very good indicator. It's purely because obviously you can have it on each and every time frame. As you can see, we're currently finding some support. It used to be some resistance right here, so I have found 50 moving average as a very good indicator, and that is my main indicator to look for opportunities when it comes to buy or short sell. Now, I have potentially missed out a little bit right here on that crude oil move. We broke below, we then consolidated right here. But then I'm also conscious about this support right here of 76.5, which again, it is a good support. Now, throughout the years, what I have found, and probably you can find that very helpful as well yourself, Dirk, it's that when it comes down to round numbers, yeah, I call them round number, they're not very round, but especially if you're trading options on crude oil, the round number will be a $76 per barrel or 76.5. Okay, so those two are very good support and resistance levels, and also they're very good profit targets. That's what I have found. And the same thing. Okay, so a simple moving average. Okay, yeah, it is. I mean, to be fair, all comes down to edges, right? So if you think in the probabilities perspective of things, it's every edge has a probable outcome, right, to work or not. Today, traders like us, all comes down to how much we are willing to spend to find out if that edge is working or not. And that is the perspective I like to keep myself as well. Now, I'm not judging each and every edge on their loss or profit, but I'm actually looking at the higher number of edges. So the probability law states that if a certain action is repeated enough time, a pattern will emerge. Or if you flip a coin with the same force 100 times, there'll be 50 tails and 50 heads. Okay, now the same applies for the casinos. They're using that strategy. I've learned that through one book I've now read and listened to 12 times. It's called Trading in the Zone. And also it's also the same author, Mark Douglas, has another book which is called The Disciplined Trader. I highly advise those two books. You can find them off YouTube if you don't want to pay for them. So that's how it works, basically. And then edges, yeah, I'm just focusing on edges. I'm not anymore focusing on the financial aspect of things as much as I used to before. Like, oh, let me make some profit, or let me close that trade because that is a good profit. No, I'm just letting my edges work themselves out, right? And let me bring back to the point of the good round numbers as being a good profit calls, support, and resistance, right? So if you look in the market, right, where it's the most likely reverses, where the most likely profit calls, right? So as you can see, we had a little reversal right here, 76.14, which is not very close to a round number of 76, but it's there or thereabout, right? I missed out on this one, crude oil. Beauty. Broke below, continue downtrending. I was conscious of obviously the 5 minutes time frame, but sometimes it doesn't really matter, to be fair. So yeah, simple as that. But hey ho. hey ho, sometimes second guessing yourself is not worth it. So yeah, that's how simple that is, to be fair. I hate second guessing myself, but sometimes I do, like every else as well. I should really have more of a structured talking on those live trading sessions, not just wing it, right? Hey, just wing it. But you see this little support right here, 76.5? That is a round number. Yeah, it's a good profit call. Obviously, if it was to sell right here, have what? That will be 0.3% with the leverage. So yeah. So how is going the options, Turk? Let me know. Let's see. Because like I said, I started also looking at options back in the days. That was like, gosh, now probably 2 or 3 years. But I have found it very volatile and at the same time very unpredictable with the connection to its commodity in the case of crude oil options or natural gas options. And also they don't move as fast as the commodities themselves. So let me know what is your strategy when it comes to opening or closing a trade, and do you have any specific price points for taking profits, or how that is working with you? Who knows? You may convince me as well to go do options, because yeah, it's a good return, but also high risk. That for sure. Let's see, 1:45. Wife is finishing at 2 o'clock. I need to go and pick her up. So yeah. Oh la la la. Oh, been in the gym today. That's good. Cool. What do you think will happen now, Turk? Are we gonna bounce off the moving average on the 5-minute time frame, or we'll continue downtrending on the 1-minute frame? Let's see what you think. I think we're gonna bounce off, or may not. You see, most of the time is not what we think. That's why when I trade, I tend to not be thinking about what will happen next, because the more I think of what will happen next, the more mistakes I make. But actually focusing on the edges and let them really just unfold and see what will happen precisely. I may as well continue down selling from here. Okay, looking at natural gas at the moment, we're kind of finding some resistance at 2.85. But what? Okay, so you use the percent and look at the main commodity. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you'll notice, but plus 500 changed the interface yesterday. So it does have a little bit more options when it comes down to layouts, which is I found quite nice, to be fair. Also, you have much more indicators now, although I'm using pretty basic indicators as underlying volume, MACD, and the RSI, alongside obviously the most important one for me is the 50 moving average. Have you got any open positions at the moment with options on? I mean, natural gas would have been a fantastic opportunity for options today, if you ask me. Yeah, I agree. I mean, well, I don't think has hit a support, because if you look at the 1 hour chart, then obviously you see there's no supports here. I mean, although there is little support right here, 76.36 as a good support potentially, but again, I don't know if that's going to be enough to hold it, because we just broke the 5-minute time frame moving average, and also we continue down selling on the minute as well. So we'll see. Hopefully you have some calls opened. No, sorry, it's puts. Yeah, it's puts at the moment. Yes, I mean, natural gas option on a sell. Yes, boy, get in there. That's good. When did you open that? Did you open it early, or you just opened it recently? Because that's important, because it's been a selling off since like 11 o'clock. That even prior to that is still some kind of consolidation here in the morning, like 6 to about 8 o'clock, 9. but then we kind of found a little direction and then we continue down selling. So yeah, when did you open your position? Well, let's see. Are we looking to break above? I mean, if you see here at the moment, by the way, Turk, it's important for you probably with options at the minute. We have found some support right here on the hourly. So just be mindful of your puts, because obviously it may be painful when it comes down to breaking above that moving average here on the 1 minute. Then it's quite a high gap as well for natural gas. So it looks like I'm gonna open up a long position. Do you agree with me? What do you think? I mean, for a long position, right? If we break above, consolidate, and moving forward from there, I'll be long all day long. To be fair, after the rollover especially. $2.95. 2.95. Yeah, that's good. Well done. Well done. That is good. Just be mindful of probably changing direction now. Coming to 2 o'clock as well. You want to keep an eye on that. $2.95. That's good. That is good. Yeah, I mean, I've got on the other side of the 2.95. I've opened a long position right here. 2.994 or something. Because I thought, you know, on sale at 8 a.m. Yeah. 9.5. Okay, so right here somewhere. Yeah, so you got the good set of little consolidation and continue. That's good. Just be mindful now. Like I said, maybe we're in for a little change of direction, because there will be only so much short sellers that once they stop selling, the only one thing can happen is actually long positions, and then buyers. Sometimes, like there will be only so much sellers in the market that when the direction change, obviously the prevailing force will, in fact, take over, and that may be the long positions. But let's see. Hopefully, for your sake, natural gas will continue selling. But looking at the 1 hour time frame, we have potentially approached that support right here. But again, it's just an opinion. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to anyone. Just listen to yourself and what you believe. Okay? I mean, sometimes it's not even enough of what you believe. It's sometimes just letting your edge present itself, take advantage of it, and then just let it run it, and that's it. I was long on crude oil earlier. I've opened up right here when we were changing direction. Open up here, closed it around 50, somewhere around here. Made a little bit of profit, but now looking forward from there. So it's approaching the half-an-hour mark. I think I'm gonna wrap up, as the wife finishes at 2 o'clock, so I need to go and get her as well. Just in 10 minutes. It's got time. Cool. Yeah. Continue. Little sell-off. Yeah. I mean, like I said, there'll be only so much short sellers in the market that once, obviously, they start selling short and start taking profits, then obviously that will change into a buying market. How much you up on the day so far? I'm down. What I've opened up a little long position here. That was 70 quid. I then made 120, so I'm up 50 quid. Nothing significant for myself, but I mean, it's still not even 2 o'clock yet, so plenty of time to go. Right, now it's important to look at the moment natural gas. Are we going to make a higher low, right? That is a first indication of changing directions, higher low, and then after that a higher high, okay? So you want to pay attention to that because that has proven day in and day out as a good indications as well. As long as we're making lower lows, it's a sell-off market all day long. But if you're making higher lows, then we're potentially looking at changing direction. Cool, that's what I'm talking, by the way. If you have noticed just now as well, obviously the 2.85 for a contract has proven as a good resistance at the minute, okay? Now, obviously, if we break above it, then that will become a support. But the round numbers are very important, so hopefully, that will stuck with you. So you managed to take profits, is that right? Okay, yeah, it looks like the formation of natural gas is changing slightly, so just be mindful. We made a lower height. That's the first indication of changing direction. Okay, unless we fail to make a higher high. So let's wait and see. I mean, like I said, wife is finishing in 5 minutes, but hey ho. Car is here, so I'll go and pick her up in a minute. Cool. Crude oil is pushing a little bit higher. We're testing the 50 moving average as a resistance now. Ooh la la la. Hey, hey. Excuse me for my ugly singing, by the way. Okay, yeah. Oh my days, that is some volume for crude oil. Sexy, that. Tell you that. Okay, some empty candles. Mindful of that. There was a huge sell-off yesterday of crude oil. I was able to profit off. So it's this one. Yesterday, yeah, right here, breaking below the moving average. No, you haven't yet. Okay. Be mindful of natural gas, as like I said, we just made a higher low. Yeah. So like I said, indication potentially of changing a little direction, and probably it's time as well because it's been selling off the whole morning. So be mindful. Okay. If you are in good profits, what I've learned, by the way, as well, it's a good way to take profit. It's take 1/3 off position when you make some profit, then take 1/3 of it when you hit your profit target, and then the last 1/3 you can just let it run and then see if that it's turning into something I call a unicorn. Okay, so a unicorn would be potentially a high profit trade. So like yourself, for example, you're currently here, so if you open up a 2.95, then a unicorn would be a 2.85. Okay, just looking at Crudo. So I call them unicorns because, I mean, you don't know when the market will stop, because that is the market and traders acting on their beliefs. So yeah. So yeah, taking 1/3 is always helpful. And then the last 1/3, what you can do, is bring your stop loss just at the zero, that's zero. Okay, so if the market reverse and stop loss, you won't be losing. Obviously, you won't be making money out of the last third of your position. But the same way, if the market continues down selling in your way of natural gas today, then you'll be able to make even more profits, because we as a traders, we don't know when the market will stop. So we can just kind of guess where the market stops and what not, but again, we cannot really predict. Now I'm gonna wrap up for today, Turk. I can see you're the only one. Actually, there are a few more people watching on Facebook as well, which is good. I really want to thank you for today, guys. I'll be live tomorrow. Not tomorrow, it's Saturday, so I won't be live tomorrow, but I'll be live on Monday. Again, same time. I mean, I cannot predict the time, but same place, okay? So call it the same place. And then I'm looking forward to help you, potentially with some insights, knowledge, and hopefully I can open up a trade, because I haven't really had, apart from just potentially little crude oil here, I haven't really had too much of things to do, not too many edges, but that's what ultimately comes down to. It's just waiting for my edges, not really just wing it and trade whatever the fuck I really want, because ultimately I'm here to take every edge and make it profitable, not really just open up whatever I really want to do. Comes down to edges, and comes down to also, as you may already be aware, it is you've took profit. That's good. How much did you make? Let us know. Let's see. I'll be happy if you made a 4 digits today. That'd be a good day for you. And yeah, like I said, as a traders, we can just take each and every edge, but we can really just guess where the edge will do and how that's going to work. So I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I'll be live trading again on Monday, and hopefully more people will join us next time. Thank you so much, and have a fantastic, profitable day today.